Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows level off around 62. Tonight, clear skies. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Right now, it's 68 degrees.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. The Taylorville Police Department says a woman who had been wanted on several charges has been apprehended and returned to the Christian County Jail. According to TPD, Shaylee Bain was taken into custody yesterday afternoon with the assistance of a task force officer with the United States Marshals Service who was identified as Lieutenant Toberman. Police say Bain was apprehended and brought back to the Christian County Jail after allegedly cutting off her monitoring bracelet and going on the run. The department says Bain currently has several charges pending and alleges she remained involved in criminal activity while she was wanted. TPD publicly thanked Lieutenant Toberman and the United States Marshals Service for their assistance in locating and apprehending Bain. The department says the arrest is an example of the importance of cooperation between local and federal law enforcement agencies. Taylorville police say their continued focus is on teamwork, dedication, and serving the community. Central A&M and Okaw Valley High Schools will unite in co-ops for more sports starting this year. The school's football players played together wearing the Camo V crest last year and will do so again this fall. Now, girls volleyball and boys basketball are the only Central A&M teams not set to join forces with their Timberwolves counterparts. Central A&M Superintendent Sasha Young says the success administrators saw last year with football inspired them to consider co-ops in other sports.
Because of participation rates and because sometimes, coming together is more successful. So we actually added for the fall semester, we added golf and cross country to our Camo V co-op. So we, and then in the winter, we have added girls basketball to our Camo V co-op, and in the spring, high school baseball, softball, and track and field. And we're excited for, the opportunity for our students to be on a fully, I don't know the word for it, but like to have a team that's got enough kids to play a full season. Last year, we only had 7 or 8 girls for girls basketball, and so we only played a varsity season. So we're hopeful with the co-op opportunity that we can open up and have enough for a JV and a varsity season and give more girls the opportunity to play.
Young says the new co-ops will encourage more students to take up those sports, as the larger burden with otherwise smaller teams may have dissuaded them.
When you have few numbers, it's really hard to give everyone the opportunity because you want to play to win. And if you only have 7 or 8, it's really hard to compete with other teams. And if you're new to the sport, you're less likely to kind of be adventurous and try it out if there's fewer people, because it's a little bit more pressure than it is if you have a larger group of participants. So we're excited. This is our first year of a 2-year contract with Camo V for those additional sports. But based on the success that our football team has had in the co-op after 1 year, I think we were all kind of ready to see how it goes.
More information on the Central A&M School District is available at camraiders.com. More information on Okaw Valley CUSD 302 is available at okawvalley.org. Sasha Young appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. Consumers are being urged to check their refrigerators after a recall involving market-signed tomato bisque soup kits sold at select Walmart stores, including locations in Illinois. Kettle Cuisine LLC of Savage, Maryland is recalling the 14-ounce market-signed tomato bisque soup kit because it may be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, a bacteria that can cause serious illness, particularly in young children, older adults, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems. The recalled soup kits were distributed between June 30th and July 7th at select Walmart stores in Illinois and several other states. The affected product comes in a wrapped tray and has a UPC of 19434647404 with a use-by date of August 22nd, 2026. A total of 3,240 packs are included in the recall. Photos of the physical product can be seen in our online news story at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. The company says the recall was initiated after routine testing produced a presumptive positive result for Listeria. There have been no confirmed reports of illness connected to the product. Consumers should not eat, sell, serve, or distribute the recalled soup kits. The product should either be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase for a refund. Officials also recommend washing your hands after handling the product and cleaning and sanitizing any refrigerators, containers, utensils, countertops, or other surfaces that may have come into contact with it. Symptoms of listeriosis can include fever, muscle aches, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. More serious symptoms can include severe headache, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions. Anyone who ate the recalled product and develops symptoms should contact a healthcare provider. Pregnant individuals who experience fever or other symptoms after possible exposure should contact a healthcare provider promptly. Consumers are reminded not to rely on the product's smell or appearance to determine whether it is safe.
Grow more memories with Heartland Bank. Banking for every stage of life. Because strong relationships build strong communities. Heartland Bank, helping your dreams grow. Visit hbtbank.com or click our banner at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Bob Raddings of the Bob Raddings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
The Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum joined members of the Springfield community last Friday to honor two black men who were killed during racial violence in Springfield more than a decade ago. The ceremony marked the 118th anniversary of the 1908 Springfield race riot by filling 2 jars with soil from the locations where Scott Burton and William Donegan were lynched. The jars will be displayed at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum as part of its special exhibit, The Second American Revolution. The exhibit examines efforts to rebuild the nation following the Civil War, including the push to fulfill Abraham Lincoln's vision and the backlash that eventually led to Jim Crow laws and decades of oppression. The jars will remain on display through January 17th before being sent to the Legacy Museum in Montgomery, Alabama. The museum is part of the Equal Justice Initiative and has collected about 800 soil samples from locations connected to lynchings across the country. Burton was a Springfield barber who was attacked by a white mob during the first night of the 1908 violence. He was beaten, dragged to his barbershop, and hanged. The following day, Donegan, an elderly black property owner, was attacked at his home. He was beaten and hanged and later died at a hospital. The 1908 Springfield race riot began after thousands gathered at the county jail seeking 2 black men accused of crimes against white residents. Police secretly moved the 2 men to safety, but the mob then turned its anger toward Springfield's black community. Black-owned businesses and homes were burned, residents were attacked, and many fled the city. The National Guard was eventually called in to restore order. The violence shocked the nation and helped contribute to the creation of the NAACP. Officials at Friday's ceremony emphasized the importance of remembering the events of 1908 as a way to better understand the consequences of racial violence and work toward a more just future. Updates from Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry were heard during Monday night's regular city council meeting. During the mayor's update, Mayor Berry gave thanks to Stonington Police Chief Travis Peden for all that he's done to help with the Taylorville Police. The mayor also gave a congratulations to the newly promoted fire captain, Kobe Wheaton.
Mayor update. Thank you to Travis Peden. We appreciate all that you have done. Congratulations to Colby Wheaton on being promoted to the fire captain. West Main Cross got some fresh asphalt today. It seems to be coming along well.
Mayor Berry also gave updates on the road work happening on West Main Cross and West Adams.
West Main Cross got some fresh asphalt today. It seems to be coming along well. It looks like it will be a few weeks on West Adams. Hopefully it will be done shortly.
After some high wind gusts came through Sunday evening, Mayor Berry added that his office will help anyone with yard cleanup who may have damage from the high winds during Sunday's weather. Mayor Berry also gave thanks to those who have already been helping with street cleanup citywide.
Anyone with storm damage from last night's winds and you need limbs picked up, please call my office. And a special thank you to the street department for picking up the limbs today on the affected areas. I think you did a great job. Thank you.
The meeting then closed with Mayor Berry requesting a motion to approve and or ratify payment of bills in the amount of $706,640.62. The motion was made by Alderman Budd, with the second coming from Alderwoman Bryant. The motion to pay and or ratify bills was approved 8-0.
Motion to approve and or ratify payment of bills $706,640.62. Motion by Alderman Budd, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments?
Nope.
Roll call.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Steve Dennis.
Yes.
Steve Dorchenez.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Amy Hagan.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Monday's meeting was the second and final regular monthly meeting for August. The next meeting will take place Monday, September 7th at 7. The Taylorville branch of the People's Bank and Trust is recognizing local citizen Jody Heberling as its Volunteer of the Quarter for her longtime commitment to the Christian County Historical Society and the community. People's Bank and Trust President and CEO John Gardner says Heberling is being recognized for a lifelong commitment to serving others. He pointed to her 25 years as a 4-H leader and nearly 2 decades of leadership with the Christian County Historical Society as examples of her dedication. Heberling's connection to the Historical Society began when she was a child, volunteering alongside her parents and grandparents. She later helped bring her 4-H club into the effort, with members providing manpower for lemonade shakeups at Historical Society events. Heberling eventually joined the Society's board of directors and became president. She has held a leadership role with the organization for nearly 20 years and currently serves as co-president and food manager. Her volunteer work includes preparing chicken and noodles, roasting pulled pork, helping with the annual Tidings of Joy meal, organizing volunteers, mowing the grounds, and handling many of the behind-the-scenes tasks needed to make community events possible. Heberling says volunteering has never been about receiving recognition. Instead, she says it is about preserving the local history, keeping community traditions alive, and giving back to the place she calls home. In recognition of her service, People's Bank and Trust has made a donation to the Christian County Historical Society. Heberling's name will also be placed on a plaque at the bank honoring Volunteer of the Quarter recipients. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 100-year-old Lawrence B. Larry Curtin of Taylorville, formerly of Stonington, died last Friday. Visitation is today from 5 till 7, and a prayer service is at 4:30 at McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. The funeral mass will take place tomorrow at 10 at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Stonington. Burial will be at Oak Hill Cemetery with military honors. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home in Taylorville. 100-year-old Rachel Jean Ray England of Morrisonville died on Monday. Visitation is tomorrow from 10 till 11 at a Sally Funeral Home in Morrisonville. A private graveside service will take place at Morrisonville Cemetery. Marshall Jarvis Jr., aged 35 of Taylorville, died June 27, 2025. Full graveside military honors by the United States Marine Corps and the Inter-Veterans Burial Detail of Sangamon County will take place at 2 tomorrow at Camp Butler National Cemetery. 89-year-old Mary Louise Goggin of Greenville died August 2nd. A funeral mass will take place Saturday at 10 at St. Lawrence Catholic Church in Greenville. Burial will be at St. Lawrence Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Donald Wigand Funeral Home in Greenville. 49-year-old George Westenhaver Jr. of Tovey died July 29th. A memorial gathering will take place Saturday from 10 till 11 at Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. A prayer service will immediately follow. Burial will be in Mount Auburn. And 82-year-old Kenneth Dale Pumphrey of Canton died August 10th. A graveside service with military honors will take place August 28th at 2 at Camp Butler National Cemetery in Springfield. Cremation rights have been accorded. Arrangements are being handled by Sedgwick Funeral Home and Crematory in Canton. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device at